Clinton, could be a way of bringing justice to that nation. But it won't be if we invest there, but then exploit the workers by not paying them a fair wage. That's something that we could watch for and try to support if, as this effort continues and investments begin to take place, we hope, to bring some prosperity to that tiny country. So that's how a pillar of justice could bring peace. And of course, we could go around the world and find one place after another where there's extreme injustice that leads to violence. In El Salvador, that civil war was over the same thing. You may remember Archbishop Oscar Romero deploring the situation in El Salvador. So many have so much, or so many have so little, so few have so much. That's not right. Where you have a small elite that's very wealthy and the vast majority of the people living in desperate poverty. So we have to bring about a pillar of justice in order to build peace. Now, next, and I want to talk about the situation of war, violence. That's not so, injustice is kind of an indirect form of violence. It's the violence of what we call the violence of the structures, where you have unjust structures that bring about the death of people, as it does in Haiti. But there's also the scourge of war. And that, the second pillar of peace is to reject war. Reject war and work for peace through nonviolence. Never again war. No, never again war. Now he says, I repeated a cry. That cry was made, first of all, by Pope Paul VI when he spoke to the United Nations in 1965. If you saw the film Fog of War, which is a documentary by Robert McNamara, he says we came this close to the total destruction of our planet. Now, President Obama has said his vision too is a world without nuclear weapons. And he says, I'm going to work for that. Well, we need to get behind that effort and say, yes, we need to work to end nuclear weapons on our planet, to end war, abolish war before it abolishes us. And so that's the plea I make with us here tonight. If we really want peace, we have to build it on a pillar of justice and this pillar of love instead of violence. If we work together, really commit ourselves to it, there's great hope for our world, for our planet, for all of us. It can be a world of peace built on the two pillars of justice and love. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Captain Moynihan said, we are a warrior nation.
A what?
A warrior nation.
Warrior, yes, right, yeah.
And everything, all of our training, from the guns that we give our children for toys at Christmas time,
Yeah.
points to that.
Yeah, yeah, and we developed that whole attitude, in a sense, from starting off with our War of Independence and then moving westward. We're conquering this whole continent, regardless of who was already there. And we've never lost that attitude that we can just take what we want, and the hell with the people that had it.
This is Al Frost at the First Methodist Church in Charlevoix, and wonderful Bishop Tom Gumbleton just gave a very interesting and beautiful speech on peace in this hostile world. Do I have a closing statement, sir?
Well, I'm very pleased with the number of people that showed up tonight. and their enthusiasm for the message that I was trying to proclaim, which is that we have to end war and build peace in our world, and that the abolition of war is something that is possible. We have to make it happen before war ends us.
Did you ever read this book by this little boy, Reflections of a Peacemaker? This little
Yeah,
guy-
no, I haven't read that particular book.
But look, he's only 11 years old. We are destroying everything that we claim to be fought. We cannot win today's war with bombs. We must resolve it.
Yeah.
The 11-year-old is doing that. Okay, that's his part. He did. What can I do? I personally, I
spread
want
that book
steps.
for one thing.
I did. Okay, but what?
well,
Okay, I
well,
read it.
I mean,
And I've read
you
a
can't
lot
do
of things.
everything,
No, I've
and you're
read
not
a
going
lot
to
of
accomplish
things.
it in your lifetime.
I read a lot of things and I've done things, but what I can do.
Did you enjoy the? Did you learn? Get any new ideas from the presentation tonight?
I think what he did was bring a fresh voice to Charlevoix, which is normally way too conservative to do this kind of thing.
This will be on Channel 2 all around the north here, so this will be good. It's a wonderful idea, I think.
Oh yeah.
Wage peace, rather. I was
So,
born with that wage war ideal, so
Right.
I look forward to
right.
getting some different thought processes in the future.
I like
so.
how he draws, war in with the economic situation and how, if we just shift our focus and shift our resources to the economy and the green economy and that kind of thing, that there's so many other things we could be doing, spending our money on.
Right.
We need to shift the budget.
And teaching people to communicate better and learn other languages like the Iraq and Iran languages.
Right.
So-
Right. Exactly.
Well, why don't you? How'd you like the speech tonight?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Did you see capitalism?
Not yet, but I will.
He's in it. Bishop Gumbel's in it.
Now this
And
guy's
he's got a great line.
Reverend for Unitarian Church, right?
Yeah.
So
Hey, do we get on TV today?
yeah, you're gonna get through next.
I didn't see it, David. We're on TV?
You're gonna be on which one? Here, turn around, David.
So all the pioneers and all the good folks in Java City.
Yeah, we're on TV right now. I've got a mic on me, so why don't you make a few comments about the presentation? Wasn't it wonderful to hear the history?
Fantastic. It was almost as good as that thing in Charlevoix, the band concert thing.
Oh, okay. All right.
You remember you there too? Superb lecture.
Oh, it was a superb lecture, and it was life-changing, and we'll be sharing it with the people of the North here. This is Gathering and Sharing on Channel 2, and a lot of people will see it and put some great ideas in people's minds in the area. So,
I'm all for peace, but also I spent 30 years.
something about the speech tonight a little bit?
Yeah,
Alan Addington here.
Good Democrat, Alan Addington.
thank you.
I want to hear from you after.
Yeah, I just want to make sure he doesn't go wrong. Let's see. Well, we served Haitian cake tonight without mud. Remember how the children over there, in order to eat,
Yeah.
lots of times they eat mud simply.
They eat
to
mud
fill up-
cakes in
Yeah,
Iraq
just to
and
fill
that,
up
right?
their, just to fill up their stomachs,
Right. So,
which is sad.
are you glad this message will be shared with the people of the area on Channel 2? Won't that be wonderful? This whole speech.
That's great. I just hope it gets on when I'm able to watch it. It's great. But you're doing a good job.
He is. There's 87 going on about 14. You know. World-class conductor.
Tell everybody that.
Well, that's true, and everybody seems to know you.
This
So.
isn't going to go on the TV.
Yeah,
though.
that's going to be on TV, all
I
right?
know.
You're going to be a star.
I might, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I really was not prepared for this, you know.
Yeah. Well, it's good. You're going to.
But we really enjoy Bishop Gumbelton. He's saying some things that really need to be said, and we're not really responding the way we should be to the crises now. Not only in our own world, and not only in our own country, but all over the world. We have to realize that we're interconnected, and whatever happens to somebody else happens to us.
Right. You got to love your neighbor, love your enemy, even. Right.
Yeah.
Try to work it out
That's right.
instead of closing down. So.
Yeah.
And.
How much time do you have on that, kid?